your girl Kimology, and you are tuned in to Kimology because that's the name of the show. And I have... Don't look like this.
No, I love your explanation because maybe people don't know.
It's the
maybe
name.
People. I mean, you probably put it in the title when you upload the video.
What is it? What exactly?
And also,
is
it's probably
this?
from the page. You know,
yeah.
that the post is on. So I think people know that it's Kimology. But thank you. I think that's great.
Y'all,
life is about understanding, and if she can give you more of that.
You already clowning, and I ain't said who you are.
This is what we do.
This is
y'all. This is what we do every single time we're together.
You guys, to thine left, I have a wonderful human being, so talented, so gifted. He is a singer, songwriter, producer.
Yeah.
Yes, just the whole zhuzh. Stephonne.
Thank you.
Stephonne.
You don't have like a track? Like an audience track?
You ain't gotta put me out there like that. That's not what we got yet.
It's a quarantine, so I understand, you know, I have to go without
Can you just clap for yourself? Guys, seriously, I have Stephonne next to me. Stephonne, if you don't know him, I need you to Google. I need you to get on YouTube. I need you to use thine social medias and look him up because he is a jewel. He is a rare jewel here. And I actually, you know what? Let me just tell you how I met him. You chime in.
Okay.
Don't clown.
I'm not clowning.
Listen, I met Stephonne. I was actually doing background vocals for him. I was in a wonderful group, and he was actually featuring, like, he opened up the show and then we followed after him. I wasn't how it went.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. It was actually it was the old record bar.
That's what it is.
I was working on Unworthy, which was the first single, and then we wanted to perform it live. So I was coming to those practices.
That's right.
For a little bit, and we kind of jabbed, and
Yeah.
then that night,
Really good.
It was great.
It was good because, you know, when you see people in rehearsal, it's kind of a different vibe. Like, it's just real, like MTV behind the scenes. What was it, Diary or something?
Yeah.
And
MTV
then
Diary.
You get on stage, you had the whole, I don't remember what you wore, but I just know at most of your sets, you wear leather. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's very together. It holds everything in.
It does. And the older I get, child, I need all the support that I can get.
Bring it in.
Get them thighs.
Oh my thighs.
In the sausage casings, you know.
My thighs, they argue with each other every day.
Do they?
They do. They don't just...
I think thick thighs save lives, honestly. Honestly, and as long as, you know, you stay moisturized, you won't start a fire, you know, when they rub up against one another. You know, and I do that because my shit rubs, you know what I mean? Because I got like a continent.
I don't want to slap you. No, for my thoughts will be walking and they're like, you move. No, you move. I'm going first. No, me. And I'm like, y'all need to chill because we out in public and y'all can't be loud like that.
Are there any psychiatrists watching out there? Do you have an aside?
How old are you, Stephonne? I'm 33 and I'm proud to say that.
I'm 33 too.
Oh, you were born in 87?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
87. 80. Okay, that could be it.
Yeah, that's kind of a Prince song. Yeah. Did you?
That's Morse Day. 93, 11. That's all right. Stay focused because that's Morse Day. That's not Prince.
Oh, you sure right, but Prince probably wrote it. Come on.
Oh yeah. Listen, don't you just miss Prince?
I do. I love him. That's my everything.
Why was I at work when he died? And my coworkers were like, I mean, what all did he do? I was like,
what?
What all did your mama do?
Right. Obviously not enough.
Prince? The Prince?
Everything. He did everything.
He played every instrument. I went to his concert. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
One of my biggest regrets of my life.
When he was at Sprint Center for Musicology, and my dad was like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he did amazing. So I'm so glad. But you know, you remind me so much of Prince. which is what, Stephonne's voice is so distinct. And I don't know if you've noticed, most of the artists that I said most, like I had like 15 so far. But with Effie, Kim Keys, Angel, Lee Adams, Nisia Moore, every last one of you guys have distinct voices. And that's one thing that I appreciate so much about Stephonne. Even after that night that he performed with the band that I was in, I have done background vocals for Stephonne, and it's always a show. Like oh my God, sometimes I feel good because it's like a free show. I'm in it, but I just be watching like this. Y'all.
I wild out. I like to wild out. I like to put a little foundation on, a little highlighter. I make sure my eyes are right. My nails have to be did. The hair is usually a different color. She's usually swapped back. You know what I mean?
Maybe a hot pink, maybe a lime green.
I'm usually half naked. You know what I mean?
Shirt off, leather on.
Very that.
Huh. Yes.
So I just feel, I love that about Prince, and I love that about David Bowie, and I love that about,
Queen.
Yeah. I love that about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes. You know what I mean? Like
you're like a mixture of all those, especially Parliament.
Oh, Parliament.
Yeah.
Woo! Child, that funk.
The people. What's the word?
We can never figure out what the words were. I think we all just agreed to
just kind of mumble it out, and it's cool. One thing I love about your music is like I like it. Original music is so weird to perform, but even just as a background vocalist, I'm just like, take what I would give, I wouldn't give much more. Yes, I'll be in the back like, Kim, stay focused. You're in the show. You can't be watching it and not singing. You gotta stay focused.
But it's about the vibes.
Yeah.
And I think through music, I am the most open, and I'm the most vulnerable. And so what's able to happen, even when I'm, in rehearsal with, a background vocalist or the drummer or the guitarist, whoever, there's that access, right, to vibe with me because I'm open and I'm vulnerable. And that's how I am when I write. And that's how those melodies come to me. Yeah. And so they're very accessible. I think the vibe, the boogie, is accessible.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you said that because it's something that like I think about. Like I think about the effect of my energy on the world around me in small ways, in larger ways within my community. But like how am I making and having the world, how am I making it easier for the world to have access to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've seen it firsthand. Just you literally get on stage, you let it all out. Like you give it everything that you have, and it's so captivating. Like your music, it has like a sense of relatability. That's a word, right? Yes. Relatability. It's kind of dark, but not so dark to where we're scared. We can still listen to it and relate and be like, man, yeah, this is really good stuff. And so that's what I love about you. You are yourself. You let everything out on stage. And it's honestly inspired me, not so much as a singer, but just as a person, with just all the things that I do. It's like, just be you. Yeah. And just everything that you do, make sure that you're being authentic. Make sure you're being intentional. Why am I doing this? Yeah. Am I just doing it because, I just want some views? I just want whatever. It's like, no, I'm really trying to impact people. So I say openly to you and in front of everybody, thank you so much for even allowing me to be a part of your shows, because that is such a, I don't want to say sensitive. It's a place of I'm letting you in and I'm expecting you to execute with my art. Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. I really do. Yeah, I trust you. I trusted
don't you say that word.
I trusted your energy from the jump, and I have that sense about pretty much everyone that I meet. I know immediately, if there is a connection, a spiritual connection, a mental connection, and I sense that right away.
You have new music out. Excuse me, can you tell us about that?
So the title of this part of the EP, it's a 2-part EP, and then it becomes a full album. But the title of the first part is Sis Side A. And you know, I say sis all the time.
I love it in your statuses. I love it. I love it.
I mean, it's just so fun. It's a fun word. It definitely is kind of a lexicon word in the queer community and also within the Black community, period, before it was ever even a queer thing. But in this case, too, I was able to make an acronym, which is basically Summoning Insatiable Spirits. And so what that means is basically when I write, when I perform, when I'm executing catharsis, what I'm doing is I'm summoning up these moments, these memories, these feelings, the pain, the turmoil, the exact situation, maybe the meal I had that day right before, you know, things went south with that man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
ooh, child.
all of that, right? Like I'm summoning that to create this music. And that's something I do all of the time on stage as well, which is, I kind of call my shows since the beginning exorcism shows, because I'm just letting everything out.
Ooh.
You know, my demons, my skeletons, all of that stuff is on display and it's out of my body. And afterwards, I can feel clear.
I was gonna say, after
lighter.
you do let it out, do you feel even just writing, not even talking about performing on stage, like once you're done writing, is it like, whew, all right, no, I feel better?
It's perfect because generally when a song comes to me, it's always melody and lyrics at the same time, but it hits me right after something really impactful emotionally. And so, yeah, I need to get out of my headspace and the way that my thoughts are running around and maybe stuff that I don't need to believe, even though I'm thinking it, because you don't have to believe everything you think.
Ooh, wait, don't do that.
It just comes out, and then you just feel, you feel so much lighter, and you feel understood, I think, by the universe or by God. You feel, you feel like yourself, and you feel safe. And you feel like you had an opportunity that is divine. Songwriting is like this really incredible, magical thing. And it's everything, you know, the therapy that it provides is unmatched.
Yeah.
Unmatched. And I love real therapy, but let me tell you what, the songwriting therapy, child, is kind of free. You kind of pay with your life, but she don't cost like actual American US currency. Right. If you can write.
There's a part 1 and there's a part 2.
Yeah, so this is side A, Sis Side A, and this is more of an alternative rock sound, but the R&B is always there. I don't think a lot of people know that rock and roll originated by Black folks. So, history lesson if you didn't know that.
Well, they know.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to reclaim that with side A. Side B has a lot more pop sensibility, but it's definitely R&B rooted. There's some trap vibes, but it's all within that big instrumental space of having a guitarist and having a drummer and having a bassist and adding, you know, layers with synth and vocals. I think this is the best vocally that I've been, just because I have really been able to explore my voice through the last project and really kind of figure out what my voice was. And it's gonna be great. Side B is gonna be great, and then the full thing hopefully in 2021. Sis, S-I-S. Hopefully I can have some cute vinyl and like some new photo shoots and all of that.
Oh, I love your new video. I love the aesthetics, the visuals of it. It's just so good. It's so different. I just love that you're different. I just love it. I appreciate it. You don't look or sound like anybody but you, and I love it. It's just
yeah. And I think like, what's the point? Because you can't. We see a lot of carbon copying in the industry. Because people are like, this formula is successful. This makes sense. So we're just gonna put the same clothes on you and the same makeup and the same hair and the same shoes and the same endorsements and the same. But that's not how we were created. We're all created differently, and in God's image of us, right? Individually, right? And it can't be recreated. No one can do you because no one is you. You know what I mean? And so chasing those trends and chasing those styles, to me, is just such a pointless thing. And I think that people can hear it in the music. Even if stuff's a hit at first, people can start to see through that. And they see that you're not really what you're presenting. And so what's most effective in life, just as a person, is to present yourself at all times.
Absolutely.
And so why would I not do it within my art? And I think that that's really important. I think it's really important to show people who you are from the get-go, and people connect with authenticity. People really do, of all walks of life. So thank you.
No, I appreciate it.
I love that you're different. I feel like you don't compromise your personality at all, and I love that about you. You don't compromise your beauty and your glamour, and you don't. You love all of that stuff, and anyone else that doesn't, like, you could care less. And I love that, because I'm the same way. Like, do you, boo-boo?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, doing me is impossible. It's impossible.
Like I said, I just can't. I just have to stay there. I just appreciate it, because I feel like you're opening doors for so many people. And it's weird because, you know, you don't think that people are paying attention. I know, I feel like I don't think people are paying attention, but you just never know who you're impacting. And I feel like you're in you're a lane of your own. And I feel like there are so many people that are going to be like, oh my God, Stephonne did it, so I know I can do it. I can be myself. No matter what my sexuality is, no matter what anything is, I can just be me, and I can do music and bring people together through my music, make conversation through my music. Like, it's just powerful. It's more than, don't you do this. Do you cry right now?
Thank you.
Yeah. You know,
wow.
Don't you do that?
Thank you. I don't cry, so that wasn't gonna happen. You
don't cry?
Okay, sometimes I do, but very rarely.
Sometimes I read. I'm sorry, that was Brittany.
Sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. Baby, all I need is time. Why you come out? You took me there.
Why you just kill it right there though? Like, you just.
And you know, I don't F around like that if the check ain't right. So for me to really do that, you know that I'm in a good place. I'm in a safe place with my sis. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, well, not speaking of which, I just want to talk about it because I love him. Michael Jackson! Don't. I don't want to kick you out.
I love Michael.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, I really do.
No, you don't.
Listen, let me pull up my favorite song. I was trying to find this song earlier. Off the Wall is my shit. Yeah. Like, that is the album. That is
every album. Well, I don't like Michael's later work. You know, before he died.
Oh, are you saying?
I don't like the work that he came out with before.
I didn't know if you were talking about before he bleached his skin or after.
See, I'm gonna cuss you out.
No.
I told you don't talk about Michael.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
I liked him all the way up into History. Maybe Invincible was good.
Yeah, I thought Invincible. You know what is from? I have 2 tracks from Invincible that I love. Heaven Can Wait.
Till the angels know.
I don't wanna leave my baby alone.
Yes!
I don't want nobody else to hold you. That's the chance I'll take. Baby, I'll stay. Heaven can wait. Oh.
Don't you run me! Don't you run in this. Oh.
I got my Nikes on.
What?
So Heaven Can Wait and Butterflies.
Oh yeah.
Especially the remix with Eve in it that a lot of people don't know about. You just Google that. That's a little rarity for you. A little side B. But also Girlfriend on Off the Wall.
Girlfriend.
I was close. Michael is indisputably the best performer
Thank you.
of our lifetime.
Thank you.
I would say the only ones that you can put in the same sentence are obviously Prince, Whitney Houston with her voice alone. And then I would say Beyonce, I mean, obviously is that girl. But, you know, anyway, back to Michael.
So yeah, we go back. Okay, see how you just kind of...
No, and he's an incredible songwriter,
Yeah.
Incredible production, and what I love as his work continues and progresses throughout his career, he finds a way to make it so that there's no one that sounds like Michael, especially in the sounds that he uses, that no one else really used. Those percussive elements of his breath and the way that he would use those dynamics to really create almost the beat of the song, even though there were already drums in it. So that's genius.
Yeah.
His level of conceptual art as far as like a video and a song going together and it being like an otherworldly event that was Thriller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't deny Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about whatever.
Yeah.
You cannot deny the art and the music and that he was a vessel that changed the world through the gift that came through him.
Yeah, he was a phenomenon, and it just breaks my heart that I don't know if we'll see it in our lifetime still. Like, I think he did his due diligence, and we may have somebody like that. The closest thing we have is possibly Chris Brown, but for sure Beyonce.
Definitely Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Chris Brown.
Don't do that.
Also,
Don't do this.
but also that goes back to our point of just doing you, and that's what is so refreshing. And even if you look at a Madonna or you look at a David Bowie,
I love Madonna.
Like, those people get to leave this life, and no one can say that they were like anyone else.
You know, I feel like music has changed so much since we were kids. Like, from the way that you advocate for your record, your album, whatever, it's so different. Like, social media has changed everything, and I feel like just even now the artists that are there, or here rather, I feel like, does anybody really stick out to you? Do you feel like anybody's gonna have that longevity? Because it's like every genre, especially R&B music, has just kind of changed. I don't know, I just feel like that nobody stands out anymore.
No, and I think the problem is that unfortunately we are kind of addicted to comparing everything.
Especially with women.
So like, even when we talked about not maybe seeing someone as great as Michael and the closest that we have, right? Like, the problem is that there was a time, I think, when we didn't do that.
Yeah.
We were able to just kind of digest this one singular thing without saying that it had to be like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I agree what you're saying. I think that definitely with women in the industry, like, everyone is always comparing them.
Brandy and Monica, this versus battle.
Who have completely different voices. I love Mo. I am a brand fanatic.
I know, and I just because I love Monica as well. I know a lot of her songs, but I know a lot of Brandy. I mean, what are your top 2 Brandy albums?
Ooh.
Just 2. I got mine. Her Self-Entitled and Never Say Never. My God, you could just
I've got to give
leave that on and play the whole thing through.
I've got to give it to definitely Self-Titled, and then I would give it to Aphrodisiac.
I need to listen to Aphrodisiac. Oh my God,
that album changed the game. Like, Vocal Bible, and people talk about that throughout the career, and they also talk about Never Say Never and Full Moon.
My God.
Which was a unique project. He is, come on. But Aphrodisiac, her and Timbaland together, and just the refreshing way that Brandy's finally using her vocals as we know them to basically just like all over the track are Brandy's vocals.
Oh man, I need to
listen.
It
is insane.
So Stephonne, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It has been, and I love you. You know I love you more than Rice Krispie treats.
I love me too.
This is why please tell them how they can find you on social media with your music, which is your pages.
So pretty much everything is linked to www.stephonne.com.
Okay.
You spell my name Stephonne because my grandmother and my mother decided to get fancy, and so everyone called me Stephanie for the rest of my life. There's links to everything there. The Want Me music video is posted right on the front page, so you just click the play button and it'll go for you. Please go share that. So much local entertainment was involved, from like Empire Dance Academy, Courtney Michelle Germany, who dances in the video, Black Woman Magic,
Yes.
to a million. They were involved. Method KC, which is actually just right downtown, create these videos.
Oh, I've heard. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
they actually did the entire video. We shot it all in one day. Shout out to the Black Box. All these local businesses donated all of this stuff, so it's
That's
just
beautiful.
a super Kansas City love affair. So please go watch that video. It's just a big thank you to all of those people, the more that it's watched. Also on Twitter, on Instagram, my @ is lovesick_writer. So it's LOVESICKWRITER. I can spell. That's not in the app. And side A is on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on Google Play, Amazon, it's everywhere. You can tell Alexa literally to play Stephonne. Maybe you might have to say Stephanie. I don't know. She might not know my name pronunciation.
Well, that's awesome. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day, week, whatever, what have you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
How did you get here?